always real, always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes,
I don't
you're
like
right.
that.
You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, August 20th. I'm here with Stephanie, Tori, Brandon. I am Sam. Let's get right to it. Well, we are learning new details about Jeffrey Epstein's last few days, and shockingly, he signed a will just 2 days before he killed himself in a New York jail. We're also learning he left behind an estate worth more than $577 million, including $56 million in cash. Epstein put all of his holdings in a trust, but nowhere yet who is the beneficiary. Epstein was facing federal charges of sex trafficking when he took his own life. So does this make it even more suspicious to you, Tori? And who should that money go to? It should go to the victims, alleged victims.
Yeah, people want an injunction right now to stop it so that the victims, who were 14, 13 at the time, get some of that in a civil suit. Now, just come out on Yahoo, Epstein has listed Indike, who is a lawyer for him, as the beneficiary of almost all of it. Now, Indike is being looked at because he doesn't have any other clients. This thing is going to get deeper and darker. I think this whole thing is a sham. I think he was murdered. I honestly believe this is a huge sting operation. I do. I think it's a cover-up, and it's going to be bad.
I don't know, not Stephanie. I don't know, Tori, after this, because remember the disgraced football player, Aaron Hernandez. He took his own life in jail, prison as well, because when he was convicted of that murder, he made sure there was a loophole in it to where if he killed himself, then his fiance and his daughter got his estate instead of having to fork that money over to the victim's family. So, with that being said, I think that Jeffrey Epstein may have found some sort of loophole, saw a weakness or crack in the system, and then just killed himself.
Yeah, but a will can be coerced as well.
I just don't want to see the money go to anybody but the alleged victims. In fact, Stephanie, just now, because we are live, we have learned that 3 additional victims have come forward with lawsuits overnight against the Epstein's estate. And they claim, Stephanie, I can't go into details of each individual plaintiff, but one of the plaintiffs said that according to her passport was confiscated while she was in his Caribbean island, so she could not escape.
So she was hostage.
That's kidnapping. I mean, we know that alleged sex trafficking, alleged rape, alleged kidnapping, it gets deeper and deeper.
So just last week we were looking at this and we saw lots of images from that very young girl that that I found online that was put forward as part of the case, where we saw her with his potential madam that we spoke about, and also with Prince Andrew, and she was only like 16, 17 at the time. So there are lots of girls, and there was only over 7,000 different pieces of evidence from photographs.
I hope they all rot. I do. I know this is alleged, but I hope they all rot, and I hope that we find out all the details, and I hope all that money goes to the alleged victims.
I hope so too.
All right. Almost 200 of the most powerful CEOs in America are vowing to do better. The leaders of companies like Apple, Amazon, and JP Morgan Chase signed a letter saying they're giving up the idea of maximizing profits for shareholders as their top priority. Now they say they're committed to balancing the needs of shareholders with those of the customers, employees, suppliers, and local communities. But some are saying it's just a big old PR move. And if these corporations really cared about their employees, they would pay them more, let them unionize. In fact, let me give you this statistic, Brandon, because this shocked me. I hope I say it right because my notes are conveniently at my desk over there. But the Walton family, we know, owns Walmart, right? The Walton family earns per 1 minute, and these are just family members, per 1 minute, more than their employees earn per year. Okay, they earn over $1.5 million per hour. So this is such a wealthy family, and they're paying their workers on average $11 an hour. You're telling me you can't pay your workers a livable wage? I'm not saying that they need to all be millionaires. I'm saying you can't pay them a livable wage when you're making per minute more than they make per year?
You know, you look at it like this, Sam, and I'm glad you looked that up, because a lot of people are saying the rich get richer while the poor continue to break their backs for the rich. And I understand that people are trying to say that this could be some sort of moral capitalism, but we've seen for decades For decades, this has been an injustice. So let's make sure that if we're going to do this, we're not just doing this what we Ocho Cinco used to call kiss the baby, like it's some sort of PR stunt. Make sure we're giving livable wages for people. Make sure we're getting maternity leave
wouldn't that
for
be,
mothers.
I would say family leave. I look at all the fathers out there that don't have any sort of
gay couples as well.
Yes.
I absolutely do agree. And I agree with you on this, that it's a lot cool. It's cool now to be woke, right, as a brand, and be progressive, right? Gillette, Nike, and I feel like JP Morgan and Amazon are like, well, we're
catching
cool,
on,
right? And I'm like, no, you gotta walk the walk here, right?
But
Amazon needs to unionize. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm glad, even if this is a PR stunt, something needs to happen to strike these companies into change. So even if it is a PR stunt, just to get the ball moving, I'm all for it. So something needs to happen for those
because
workers.
people are going to follow up. You better believe that there's going to be people that will follow up and see if their actions meet their words.
Elizabeth Warren in particular, head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, she will be someone they are scared of to be president.
Bernie Sanders as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
We shout, you know, I feel a group of students, this is a really disturbing story. A group of students from Southern California are being condemned right now. And a warning to our viewers, some may find this content disturbing. It's all over this video showing members of the boys water polo team at a high school in Garden Grove, California, giving the Nazi salute. They're also singing a Nazi song in unison. Their school has strongly condemned the video, saying they addressed the situation but have not disclosed if or how the students were disciplined. Meantime, check out this photo taken on a ride at Universal Studios in Orlando. 4 tourists are seen giving the Nazi salute and showing the white power sign. The group has been banned from the park. I want to know from the school, what have they done to those students? I want to know, have they been suspended? I want to know, have they been expelled? You're smirking. You don't believe that there's been any sort of repercussion?
No, I just think about when that Stanford swimmer, Brock Turner, when he didn't get any real jail time or anything because the judge says that he didn't want to ruin the future of a really good
swimmer and a really good swimmer.
Really good swimmer. You know, I'm just thinking of the school kind of having that same mentality. So I understand that everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe these people are doing that. I'm from Virginia. This is nothing new to me.
Well, it's super disheartening. But as a Jew, Tori, I wonder if they really know the weight of their words. If I marched my husband, if I marched you, and you guys sat down and had a conversation with these kids, I wonder if they really do have hate in their heart, or if they're just regurgitating some sort of hate speech from their parents, or if they're trying to be cool.
Well, then it comes back to being trendy again, right? Like this white supremacist thing has become this like social media trend thing. And what scares me most, Sam, is the organization, right? So they found an empty administration room. They go in there alone. They sing a song written by a German Nazi.
Wow.
They have to learn the lyrics. Then they have to learn, it almost looks like a prayer circle.
It's horrific.
And when you're a Jew, the images of Nazi youth who didn't know what they were doing and singing Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, my palms are sweaty.
What do you want to be done here? What do you think that the repercussions should have been? And what do you hope? I hope that they can learn from this. I hope that they're young enough that they can break the mold, whatever mold they're in, whatever environment that has conditioned them to think this way, not to remove any onus from them, because this is horrific and they should know better. However, what do you hope can come from this?
You know, I know this sounds horrible because they're young and I don't want to refuse them, just like he said, but I don't want them to be Brock Turner.
No.
I hope any colleges know about this. I hope any future
moral
job
character,
listings
absolutely.
know that, and I hope they're expelled. I do. I think that's terrifying.
I really hope that they're expelled. I really, really do. We have to give a big DBL shout out to this 12-year-old named Maddie Frecking. She was the only girl to play in this year's Little League World Series. Check out some of her mad skills. She really killed it, striking out one batter while the bases were loaded. She also plays second base, just like her hero, Jackie Robinson. Look at her. Look at her. You see her determination in her eyes, Stephanie.
This is girl power in its finest form. I love that she was the only girl there and she killed it. And I think she's got a really big future ahead of her. And like, apparently her team didn't win, but
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Like, go out, you do you, and shine like a star.
A star definitely has been
Could she strike you out, Stephanie? You think she could strike you out?
I'm useless. I can't even catch it. You threw a pen at me just from here. I'd be useless. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Almost got it. She almost got it.
No, but
Tori, you had a hashtag for her.
It's hashtag throw like a girl.
Yeah.
Remember how so many people say, oh, you throw like a girl. Well, now we have that.
Yeah, exactly. You can only wish to throw like her.
Right?
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, DBL is live. Coming up, air mattresses go flying when the wind picks up. We'll tell you where this crazy scene happened. Plus, Home and Family host Cameron Matheson swung by DBL yesterday. We'll bring you some highlights in case you missed it. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Should the media, including DBL, show photos of suspects or convicted criminals on TV? Your comments on the hot button debate next.
CashNetUSA.com, man.
Hi there, DBL Nation. Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital Team. Happy Tuesday. I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news for you right now, but I think we're going to go over to Tori and see what Tori's up to.
Cool teal outfit. Hey, Phil Cohen just wrote in, and I think it's really smart. Phil wrote in, hey, being young is not an excuse. That you should know right from wrong. And I do understand that, and as a Jew, I certainly understand that, but I have to bet that a lot of those Nazi youths didn't know. I hope they didn't know, and I hope these people didn't know. Now you're right, Phil. You're probably right. They probably did know. People are more savvy. Yeah, Kelly thinks they knew. And you know what? The Supreme Court
just like you said, the organization about it is what's the most messed up.
But they could be thinking they're in some kind of. I know. You're right.
No.
And if they were Muslim singing God forbid a prayer, people would go crazy.
They've learned that in history class.
Right.
That's BS. If you ask me, that's BS.
All right, so guys,
BS.
that's the question for this break: is youth an excuse?
No.
Does youth give you an excuse for anything? Now listen.
Give us your DBL take, though, please. We want to hear your opinion. That's what we like to do on this show, have a debate and discuss it.
And the Supreme Court said that you're not fully realized a brain, remember, until you're 22. So does that play into it? So I'm with you, Phil. I just don't want to take any kid down when they don't know what they're doing, but I'm with you on that. I'm not sure youth is an excuse. Let's talk to, let's go up here and talk to see what other people wrote in.
Yeah, let's see.
Phil wrote something in, Sam. I want to know what you think. He said, knowledge is power, which I love you, Phil. And he said, young is no excuse. Sick of that being the excuse. Let's not make it an example. Make it an end, not a trend, more of ignorance being brought to the front. So is youth an excuse for this behavior?
I think as a teenager, listen, I don't think it's an excuse by any means. You know better. However, I do think it's different than a 40-year-old.
I agree.
Because if you're conditioned in a KKK household to think that way, you really are. It's nurture versus nature.
Yeah,
so
you know nothing else.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you should not suffer the repercussions. It doesn't mean that we should not all hear what those repercussions are, because I want there to be a precedent. So if there's other like-minded students out there that they understand that this isn't cool, this isn't hip, that people died, millions of people died and were treated horrifically under the Nazi regime, and I don't know if they really believe what they're saying.
Right. Or know the history.
I pray they don't believe what they're saying.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
Wait, so Tori.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for Fifth Host, when we talk about what you're talking about. In the wake of a number of mass shootings and other high-profile cases, many of which we cover right here on DBL, we currently choose to not show the images of suspects and people convicted of violent crimes. We don't want to glorify them. And yesterday, there was some debate about showing photos of the recent attempted mass shooters on air. So are these images appropriate, or are they harmful in your opinion? So DBL Nation, we want to know, should the photos of violent criminals be shown in the media?
All right. Kathy from Facebook says, no, I'd rather not see the images. I don't want the media to feed into their egos or desperation for attention or even fame. Kathy, I'm half and half on this. I kind of agree with you, because I feel as though in this day and age, a lot of these guys are maybe setting some sort of booby trap. So I can see this as a see something, say something type thing, where maybe, Tori, you saw one of those kids months before digging into some shed or something, and now you see their image on the newspaper or on the media, and you're like, hey, call the FBI. I saw this guy rummaging into this warehouse or something. Can give more information. But that's the only reason why I'm down with showing their images.
That's interesting. Well, Olivia disagrees. She says, yes, show their faces and shame them. Make it known that we will not accept terrorism. I got to be honest with, I go back and forth every 5 minutes on this one. The one thing I am important about yesterday, we showed that triptych of the three boys, and they hadn't committed any crimes. So let's say they had committed terroristic threats, yes, but they didn't have a mass shooting behind them. What I wanted to show on this show is how historically important that pattern of young white males is. If we just ignore that, I think see something, say something, we don't know what we're seeing. So I think it's really important to show that pattern, because it's becoming an issue.
John from Facebook says, by showing photos of mass shooters, we could prevent future violent criminals from thinking they can get away with it. Well, I think we do cover these guys a lot. We do it almost weekly on this show, sadly, as there's been over 288 mass shootings in America this year alone.
That's alarming.
I'm not interested in seeing the faces of the people that have done this or speaking their names. I don't think they deserve that in any way, shape or form. But I do think it's very important, as Tori said, to mention maybe their background and what the reason for that shooting was, as we saw very recently.
If there's an ideology attached.
Yes, and I think that's it's very, very important, because I think we're very quick to label maybe a black mass shooter as a terrorist.
Yep.
Whereas when it is one of our very own and a white person, all of a sudden it's just like, oh, they've had mental health issues. So I think we should treat them all the same.
Well said. Deanna from Facebook says, it's sad that media coverage of the shootings can fuel the fire, but it is necessary. Yeah, I don't want to regurgitate what everybody just said. I agree with all of you. This is a tough one. I see both sides to this one, so thank you for writing in, DBL Nation. Coming up, caught on camera flying mattresses, but why were they even outside to begin with? And see what happened when Hallmark host Cameron Matheson swung by DBL. Don't miss the highlights coming up next.
All right, so a lot of people agree with Phil on this. A lot of people just thinking youth is not an excuse. But we do have this special guest to lighten the mood a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, Polly!
Hi!
So explain Polly to us.
So I really feel as though I'm caught between a weird mixture of America meets England. Tori and Polly are very similar personalities. And Polly's come to visit today, so she's come all the way from Australia, but she is British.
So you're here for like 24 hours or something?
In Denver.
Till Thursday morning, actually.
But only in this part.
Okay, got it. How was the flight?
Fine, yeah.
Really? How long was it?
12 and a half to San Francisco, and then 2.5 from San Francisco.
She's a real trooper though, because whenever she comes to America, she just like never has jet lag and she just gets on with it. I don't know how she does it, because I can't.
Do you have a secret sauce? Yeah, I sleep when you get home. That's a good way of saying that, actually.
And don't drink on the plane.
Wait,
just
what,
drink water.
what do you think of the show so far? What do you think of Daily Blast Live? Seen it live, in real life?
It's great seeing it live, because I've seen it so many times on like Facebook and YouTube, just watching stuff. And yeah, it's great. Yeah.
What do you think of the flying mattress story that's coming up? Because I know she was
to
heavily
see it.
watching it on the news last night.
Yeah, I didn't even see this yet last night, but watch out for this air mattress video. It's really, really solid. Everyone, if you have questions for Polly, let us know.
Yeah, Polly put the kettle on.
Welcome back to DBL. Yesterday we had on a special guest. Yep. Cameron Matheson, formerly from All My Children and currently the host of Home and Family on Hallmark. We sat down with him to talk about his new projects and also asked him about some fun in the past. Here's a look.
Welcome back to DBL. Our guest co-host, Cameron Matheson, is a busy man. Now, you just took a brief hiatus from Hallmark's Home and Family to film The Christmas Club. So tell me about The Christmas Club.
Oh my gosh. I mean, here's the thing. You're doing a movie for Hallmark. You know it's going to be a feel-good, sweet story. I don't mean to blow it for anybody, but there's going to be a happy ending at the end of it. No, The Christmas Club, it's a sweet story about second chances. It's about...
Is that you on Santa's lap?
That's me on Santa's lap. That was not part of the movie. I was shooting some behind-the-scenes stuff for Home and Family.
Okay, that makes sense.
Did you say that was on your iPhone?
Yeah, that's on my iPhone. I shot that on my iPhone. Yeah, exactly. Looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It does look good.
Thank goodness that was not from the movie itself. It's going to be much better than that. No, but working with the amazing Elizabeth Mitchell, you guys might know her from many things, including Lost. Great actress. One of the sweetest people, if not the sweetest person I think I've ever met. Like the most upbeat, positive person, which made doing a movie like this, which again is a very feel-good movie, that much better. It's a sweet, sweet story, and I think people are gonna like it.
When does it come out?
It comes out in
Take a guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess around Christmas time.
I'm a Jew.
Wow.
It comes out
for Halloween.
mean? It's going to be wonderful.
I don't have the date, but I'm guessing it's going to be late November, early December. Let's go with that.
All right. It's dripping with sarcasm, Cameron. I heard
Hard-hitting questions here on Daily Blast Live.
Could come out mid-December, maybe.
All right, easy there. We have a special message, actually, from your home and family style guy and friend of our show, Lawrence Zarian. Let's check it out.
Okay.
One day I said to Cameron, "You're really good looking. Like you're perfect. Please tell me that there's one thing that's not perfect." And he thought about it, and he thought about it.
No.
And he thought about it.
No.
So if you got nothing, that means you're perfect. And Cameron, I love you very much, and I will see you soon. And I will see my DBL family very soon. Have a great show.
How cute is that?
LZ, you're the best.
So you can't think of anything that's not perfect?
Of course I can. There's a million things. I wasn't sure like how personal to get to tell them that. But yeah, we all have got imperfections. It's the imperfections that make us, who we are, I think.
Let's go around the horn and say an imperfection that we're open about.
Okay, I'm a perfectionist.
Okay.
Yeah, like I get really hard on myself making everything perfect, and I gotta like kind of just let go.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally
like coming off the plane with half an hour to prepare for this, racing in here, changing, putting my pant leg as I'm coming into the show.
You're doing great.
I was like, I'm just going to enjoy the moment because this is exciting. I love it.
So you're doing great with that. What's an imperfection that you have?
I've always struggled with my temper. I'm better at it, but I think I fly off the handle. For sports teams, you know what I mean?
See, I don't know that side of you.
Yeah, well, let's not get there. Let's not get there.
Right. I think I need to be better with being on time and cleaning, responsibility-wise.
Oh, okay.
I would concur.
Okay, moving on to Erica.
I'm way too aloof.
No, you're not.
The opposite.
No way.
Yes, I
You feel that way?
Do you really feel that way?
Yes, people are like, what do you care about? I'm like, I care about things.
You do. You care about
I care about a lot of things. I just
don't
like to
feel
just
it.
be like, you know.
I feel like you're pretty sharp. You're on.
You
know
think?
what? Oh yeah, you know what's going on.
You must be
I feel
peaceful a lot of the time, just like
I'm not peaceful.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean,
Cameron doesn't want to see our dark side.
We've got like tempers and we're angry. I love it. All right, now also you happen to be the host of Entertainment Tonight Weekend, which takes you to some unique locations.
Yes.
Like this Chippendale stage. Check this out, guys.
Oh boy.
This is it, my moment of pec-flexing, shirt-ripping truth.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Was there any moment you're like, it's not gonna rip? I'm always worried it's not gonna rip.
Just when I thought I got to a place in my career when I mean, yeah. By the way, it barely did rip. I thought I was going to be that guy that couldn't get out of the actual tank top. And they're scored like they're made to rip, and I still almost did rip it. But that was for a series. So yeah, at Entertainment Tonight, they did this thing called Can Cam, where they would put me up to these fun challenges. Like Chippendale, American Ninja Warrior. I raced Maseratis against Josh Duhamel. Really fun challenges incorporating celebrities. That was Tyson Beckford, who's awesome, and so they had me on there. But no, the pants stayed on, everybody.
Wow.
The pants.
Got hot. All right, we will be right back.
Awkward in here, didn't it?
Hey DBL Nation, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray for the Slay, and while we're here, go ahead and pull up those search bars, J-A-R-A-Y for the Slay, okay? Let's be friends and let's talk more about what your beauty needs are. Now for today, we're talking about skin that slays. And in today's Skin That Slays episode, I wanna talk about the nitty gritty, guys. The good stuff that really makes your skin get going. I'm talking about serums. Yes, I said skin serum, okay? Not scarum, serums, all right? Now, a serum is going to be more of a concentrated value of ingredients that are helping to change and make sure that your skin looks its absolute best. Now, with skin serums, you don't wanna actually be overdoing it at the same time and lapping on serum plus oil plus all this extra stuff. So you kind of actually want a basic routine when you're using a serum. But let's go back to what a serum is. Serums are going to be a highly concentrated value of vitamins that are going to be able to be a much smaller molecule so that they're able to get into your skin. Now, when you're using a serum, these are typically helping with affecting change in the skin, such as dryness, radiance in the skin, or maybe even for more acne-prone skin too. A couple of of different serums that you can get would be like a hyaluronic-based serum for more hydrating skin. A antioxidant-based serum would be something with retinol. This guy's gonna be for more brightening into the skin. Another one would be a serum with salicylic acid. These guys are going to be for more of your acneic skin type or people with more clogged pores. Now, serums are a wonderful way to actually treat your skin, but don't forget to make sure that you still cleanse your skin beforehand and moisturize afterwards. This will help to make sure that your serum is actually going to get into your skin and really help you out. So until next time, guys, let me know what your favorite serums are, and maybe we can go ahead and mix and match with some serums, okay? We'll see you guys next time for your next Beauty Blast.
So I'm Jeff Schroeder, and we're all going to be learning a new word today. So I'm just randomly going to pick something out of a dictionary that's already been preset, and I'm going to give you my take on what I think it is. So let's get our first word. Chlorofluorocarbon. This is definitely on the table of elements, and you inhale this, whether in a gas or pill form, and it makes you run super fast. Chlorofluorocarbon. I didn't get that right at all, did I?
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, you have to see this wild video of an air mattress invasion. High winds caused dozens of mattresses to go flying through the air. Oh, God. Yeah, this happened in Denver, Colorado, right here during an outdoor movie night event. The airbeds were set up in a field without anything to anchor them down. No word on what movie was playing, but we have a feeling it may have been Gone with the Wind.
I'm not joking.
That's hilarious.
I watched this last night on repeat with my friend Polly, who's in town. We watched it in the hotel room over and over again. It was on every news channel. What is going on?
How did they not
here?
anticipate this?
Yeah, isn't it just
like,
wind?
I don't know it.
It's an air mattress.
Yeah.
Or an Airbnb.
No.
I was laughing over here before I said
That's how I feel every day, don't
Can't
worry.
steal my sunshine.
We do have a really great comment I want to get in real quick, Sam. This is from Phil Cohen. A lot of people wrote in after. He said, knowledge is power, speaking about the youth doing the Nazi slogan. Young is no excuse. Sick of that being the excuse, not a trend. But he's saying, don't let youth be an excuse for bad behavior.
Yeah, I just hope that they somehow can be saved by this disgusting ideology. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so disturbing. It's really sad in 2019. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.